Happy Friday, not just any other Friday. It is the beginning of the first weekend of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. I'm Dan Kuntz, 24th day of April, 2026. Thank you, Mother Nature. She's going to take care of us right through most all of next week. The forecast is coming up, and I think you're going to like what you're going to see. A little chilly. That's about it. We did have some cold and very dry air. Relative humidity is like lower than a gopher's basement, so some very cold and dry air have seeped down from Canada, and it's going to be chilly in the morning hours right through the weekend, but the afternoon is going to be beautiful. A forecast I think you're going to like. If you like sunny and nice weather, you're going to like the forecast. That's coming up. A lot of news to get to. Of course, our cameras were at Memorial Park yesterday during the noon hour for Chief for a Day. We'll have a report on that. In fact, there's quite a bit of news, a lot of it crime related, and it's the nature of the beast. We'll have that. Sports, no Mariners, of course, didn't play yesterday. They're in St. Louis for a 3-game series with the Cardinals beginning tonight. The Seahawks held on to their number 32 draft pick and picked a running back from Notre Dame who's not even a starter. But I think they know what they're doing. Plus a whole bunch of prep stuff to get to. Back half of the program, a very important, informative, and quite frankly, fun conversation with Mike Malmin, Chief Hope Officer of Serve Wenatchee Valley. I'd like to check in with Mike every once in a while. He's about ready to get real busy, like he's not already real busy. Some good stuff from Mike Malmin for you in the back half of the program. It's actually for everybody. Let's do our tour as we get going on this Friday morning. It's cool. It's 43 degrees. Now our normal overnight low is 42. But we're the warm spot. There's a lot of places that are just above the freezing mark, and there's going to be some places that are prone to colder than normal overnight lows that are going to be at or below the freezing mark tonight. In the hidden valleys and in some of the canyons and maybe up in the Leavenworth and Lake Wenatchee area, it's going to be chilly, and I'll let you know how cold in just a couple of minutes. There's the Wenatchee Heights camera. We didn't preview the cameras today. Malcolm and I have been real busy doing other things. Stuff that you don't need to know about. So anyway, there's Lake Aniat. It's a beautiful view there from the Columbia River. Good morning to Mission Ridge, way off in the distance. To Omi Gardens we go. Omi Gardens opened in the middle of this month. They had a very good winter. It's a good place to go visit this time of the year. It's just beautiful up at Omi Gardens. Get a season's pass. It's super cheap. It really is, and you can just go whenever you want to, so long as they're open. Hey, Canyon. Hey, Canyon. Hey, Canyon. Good morning to Kashmir. Looking back towards the Wenatchee Valley here on a beautiful Friday morning. Let's jump right to it, because we got a lot to get to today. So, from our friends at Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. After topping off at 65 yesterday, we'll be cooler than that today. We'll get up to about 59 with quite a bit of sunshine. Again, it's pretty cold air, and it continues to seep in, too, by the way. Temperatures will moderate, as you can see, but we're going to get down to 37 for the overnight low tonight, and that's the Wenatchee Valley. As I already mentioned, there are some locations that are going to be at 32 or 31, maybe even cooler than that, as the cold air is fairly well entrenched. So we'll take a while to get going on Saturday. If you're going to the Technoplex Youth Parade, of course, we'll have it for you here on the NCW Life channel. Temperatures will be in the upper 40s by the time the parade starts, so prepare accordingly. And of course, these are afternoon highs, which means that 61-degree mark isn't going to happen until about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Saturday night, just a couple of clouds coming in and then leaving, 41 for the overnight low. Beautiful day Sunday for Youth Day at the park, a high of 63, then to 66, then to 68, then to 72, then to 74. If this pattern continues, this is about one of the nicest stretches of weather for the Apple Blossom Festival we've had in quite some time. We've had rain sometimes, we've had wind sometimes it's been hot. I got no complaints with what you just saw. We're going to take a break and come back with, turns out, a lot of news here on this Friday. You're watching the Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
When life gets stressful, jumping into your passions can help you find your calm. Avoid vapes, which contain nicotine and can make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. When it comes to your mental health, choose what matters. Choose you.
Vape companies market vaping as a de-stressor, but nicotine can make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. 90% of those who quit felt less stressed, anxious, or depressed. When it comes to your mental health, choose what matters. Choose you.
Click RV Moses Lake Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you like, then build it, price it, and click it. Or come to the Moses Lake Superstore. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes. The huge RV discount prices are here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee only at Click It RV Moses Lake or ClickItRV.com.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
Beautiful morning, lots of sunshine, 45 degrees, upper 50s today. It's going to be a little cool. Lower 60s tomorrow, bountiful sunshine for everybody, and a gradual warming trend right in to next week. At 7 minutes after the hour, the Wenatchee man who was among those arrested in the 2024 net nanny sting operation targeting people seeking to pay for underage sex has entered a guilty plea. 37-year-old Patrick J. McWhinney, he is the fifth Wenatchee Valley man out of 12 that was arrested in that operation. He is the fifth man to enter a plea. He agreed earlier this month to one count of commercial sex abuse of a minor. The Net Nanny program, overseen by the Washington State Patrol, placed online ads in July of 2024 linked to teenagers who didn't actually exist, offering sex in exchange for money. McWhinney was initially charged with a more serious felony of attempted child rape, but Chelan County prosecutors withdrew that count in exchange for his plea. He had been free on a $40,000 bond, but Judge Kristen Ferreira ordered him held in the Chelan County Jail after his plea agreement was approved. That was on April 13th. 4 other men have been sentenced, one of them on federal charges. One more faces a federal trial next month in Spokane. McWhinney will be sentenced on May 18th. Well, Wenatchee resident George Crater Jr. guilty on all counts in the 2024 murder of his tenant in a suburban Phoenix vacation home. With about 4 hours of deliberation after 9 days of testimony, the jury in Maricopa County Superior Court convicted the 63-year-old Crater in the 2024 killing of Thomas Galatola, who was 70. The victim died 10 days after Crater attacked him, bound him with zip ties, beat him, and tortured him over unpaid rent. The jurors also found there were aggravating factors, including Galatola's age and the severity of the assault. The clerk for Maricopa County Judge Monica Edelstein read the verdict.
We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn in the above entitled action upon our oaths, do find the defendant on the charge of count 1, first-degree murder as follows. Guilty. Signed, foreperson, juror number 8. Verdict, count 2. We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn in the above entitled action upon our oaths, do find the defendant on the charge of count 2, kidnapping, as follows. Guilty. Signed, foreperson, juror number 8. Verdict, count 3. We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn in the above entitled action upon our oaths, do find the defendant on the charge of count 3, burglary in the second degree, as follows. Guilty. Signed, foreperson, juror number 8. Verdict, count 4. We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn in the above entitled action upon our oaths, do find the defendant on the charge of count 4, aggravated assault, serious physical injury, as follows. Guilty. Signed, foreperson, juror number 8. Are these your true verdicts, so say you one and all?
We do.
Galatola was 2 months behind on rent at the home Crater's family owned in Sun City, Arizona. Crater, a former heavy machine operator for Chelan County Public Works, traveled to the house back in October of 2024. That's where he confronted and attacked Galatola. The victim initially survived the assault, but was soon hospitalized for a head injury. He identified George Crater as the perpetrator before dying from a cerebral hemorrhage 10 days after the crime. Crater is scheduled to be sentenced on May 29th. He could face life imprisonment. A convicted Wenatchee murderer has again failed in his effort to have the scene of his 15-year-old crime tested for DNA. Sebastian Cortez Aguilar is now 54 years old. He's been in prison since 2011 for the knife murder of his partner, Hortensia Alejandra, who had been stabbed to death in front of their children. Cortez has twice asked the State Court of Appeals to require genetic testing on the Wenatchee apartment where he committed the murder, saying new evidence might support his claim of self-defense. And for a second time, the higher court turned down the motion, saying DNA evidence would be unlikely to yield proof that his victim attacked him first. Cortez remains held in the Coyote Ridge Correction Center. He's serving a 31-year sentence. Well, the city of Wenatchee has decided to make it official. They want to keep First Street just east of Wenatchee Avenue closed to cars and open it up as a strictly bike-only and pedestrian corridor. With the permanent closure, the corridor will further extend the bikeway connection to the Apple Capitol Loop Trail over the bridge. The city announced the decision on Wednesday. The section was closed to vehicles a couple of years ago while they were renovating the Wenatchee Convention Center. City engineer Jake Lewing told us earlier this month that the city had received support from the community and local businesses to keep it closed. Additional signage will be installed in the coming days and long-term plans, including enhancing the segment into a pedestrian plaza. Dressed in tiny uniforms and shiny badges, the new Chiefs for a Day. Appointed at noon Thursday, it was part of what the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival's kickoff event has been for years. 7 agencies, including both Wenatchee Valley Police Departments, both sheriff's offices, the Wenatchee Valley Fire Department, State Fish and Wildlife, and the Washington State Patrol participated in Chief for a Day when their leaders relinquished control to their young, fresh-faced counterparts. The new chiefs are selected from schools around our area. A Chelan County Sheriff's Office helicopter flew over the top. It was pretty cool. And the event ended with the official swearing in by Chelan County Court Commissioner Tracy Brandt. Wenatchee Police Chief Edgar Reinfeld was on hand to represent his agency.
Chief for a Day is an amazing thing for a number of reasons. First and foremost, though, is for the kids. The children are selected by the school district, and usually their school nurses are heavily involved. Most of the children have some need or another that's a little bit different, whether it's an illness, potentially a terminal illness, or some other, something that leaves them a little bit behind and a little bit out sometimes. So for the kids, it's an amazing thing. I love how we do it here, where each kid has their moment. They're talked about a little bit and they're in front. Some other places it's a really big deal, maybe 50 or more agencies, so each kid doesn't really have a spot, but here they do. And the thing that ties it to the community so well is making it the opening event of Apple Blossom. And what a change that was somewhere more than 10 years ago, where it became the event that starts the Apple Blossom Festival every year, is truly a wonderful thing. So these kids, their classmates, their families, all get this great moment and get to see something and have a good time for a little bit. It's just a really good day to be at work for a police department. There's some great days. Chief for a Day is a great day. Shop with Cops are great days. It's these days where it's literally about community, it's literally about kids, and it's not about maybe some of the bad things that happen while you're at work. Today is all good things, and it's all upside, and it's a really good time.
And a fundraising dinner thrown by one local ski slope to benefit another local ski slope brought in more than $7 grand last week. It was a sold-out event at Mission Ridge. It was designed to support the Badger Mountain Ski Hill, which is outside of Waterville. That's a nonprofit, and they didn't have enough snow to open this year, and needless to say, that cut into their operating budget big time. The all-volunteer ski area is managed by the Waterville Lions Club and has introduced generations of Douglas County residents to downhill snow sports. Mission Ridge spokesman Tony Hickok says about $4 grand was raised by ticket sales for the dinner, and an additional $3 grand came from the raffles to win merchandise that was donated by Mission Ridge. Cool. I didn't have to do that, but they did it anyway. And that's the news. A quarter after the hour. I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be a busy day here. This might trick me. telling me. But one way or the other, the news will be on the air at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight. 5, 6, and 10, the NCW Life Evening News. Get your weekend started by knowing what's going on around here. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight. Don't forget, friendly reminder, we'll be broadcasting the Technoplex Youth Parade live at 11 o'clock right here on this very television station. Looking forward to that. And if you got a news tip, send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. It's a Friday in April. That usually means there's a lot of sports, and by golly, there's a lot of sports in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
A kitchen that makes mouths water and jaws drop. A bedroom from a dream with a bath from a spa. A walk-in you'd never want to walk out of. A pool like the fountain of youth. And a view that never gets old. When buying or selling a home of the highest standards, it's comforting to be represented by a real estate company with standards to match. Coldwell Banker Global Luxury. Live well with Coldwell.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Just about 18 minutes after the hour, Seattle Mariners begin a 6-game road trip. They have a 3-game weekend series beginning today. They'll be in St. Louis to take on the Cardinals. George Kirby will get the ball for the Mariners. Andre Palante will get the nod for the Cardinals. St. Louis is 7-5 at home. They're 14-10 overall. Seattle is 11-15 overall and 1-8 on the road. The Mariners head to the Twin Cities, by the way, after the 3-game weekend series in St. Louis. First pitch today is at 5:15 on Mariners.tv. Just one game in the American League West. Thursdays are pretty quiet. Rangers knocked off the Pirates. The final there was 6-1. Well, the Seattle Seahawks used their first-round pick in yesterday's NFL draft on Notre Dame running back Jadarian Price. Price was a backup. He wasn't even a starter for the Fighting Irish, and is one of just 2 running backs selected in the first round, the other one being Jeremiah Love, who is the starting running back for Notre Dame. Rounds 2 and 3 start today at 4 o'clock. Seattle gets picks number 64 and 96 today, and then they get one more over the weekend. All right, let's get right to it. Prep Soccer scoreboard. The rivalry continued between the Kodiaks and the Goats, and Cascade got the better part of it yesterday on the pitch. 3-2 the final there. Orville knocked off Omak, doubled them up as a matter of fact. East Valley snuck by Quincy. Liberty Bell got by Manson. Tenasket, no problems with Soap Lake in boys soccer. Schedule today, kind of light. It'll get busier tomorrow. Ephrata will host Prosser at 6 o'clock. Same time for Kashmir and Zilla. That's going to be a blowout. Kashmir is good, and Zilla, well, is not. Wenatchee heads to Yakima, the gateway to Wapato, to take on West Valley at 7 o'clock, and Moses Lake will be at Davis at 7 o'clock. Prep Soccer tomorrow, 11 a.m. starts for almost all the games with one exception. Chelan will host Manson. That's a long bus trip for Manson. Liberty Bell has Omak coming to town. Brewster welcomes Tenasket. Orville has Bridgeport heading up the highway. Cascade will take on Okanagan. That's a later game on the pitch at 3 o'clock. Baseball schedule today, mostly doubleheaders. That's how it is in the Columbia Basin Big Nine. Eastmont hits on the bus. They'll take on the Grizzlies at Sunnyside, down in Sunnyside. First pitch, first game is at 2 o'clock tonight. 1 hour later, Cascade will host Warden in a doubleheader at 3 o'clock. At 3:30, Lake Roosevelt and Tenasket get their doubleheader going. 4 o'clock for the first pitch of the first game. Davis will be at Moses Lake. Wenatchee has just a single game against Stanwood at 4 o'clock, and Omak will be at Chelan with just one game at 4 o'clock. And then Saturday, you like baseball? Here you go. Doubleheaders across the board, and they all start at 11 o'clock. Go get them. It's Cashmere at Connell, Chelan at Omak, Brewster will be at Manson, it'll be Liberty Bell at Okanagan, Sela at Quincy, and Elmira Cooley Heartline will take on Waterville Mansfield in the Battle of the Hyphens tomorrow at 11 a.m. Prep softball scoreboard, a lot of sweeps yesterday. Moses Lake is good. Davis has been struggling. That is not a typo. Moses Lake won game 1 23-0, and they won game 2 23-0. Prosser rolled over Quincy 16-6 and 22-12. Fred and Othello was considerably closer, but the Tigers won both of those games 14-7 and 10-7. Brewster crushed Bridgeport 24-3. Okanagan snuck by Lake Roosevelt 9-8. Those are the games that were played. Here are the games that are scheduled to be played. Just 3 on the docket. They're all doubleheaders. Again, Waterville Mansfield on the road. They'll be at Republic at 2 o'clock. Lake Roosevelt welcomes Tenasket in a doubleheader at 3:30. Sunnyside will be at Sterling in a doubleheader at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And the prep softball schedule on Saturday. All doubleheaders, and they all start at 11. Cashmere will be at Connell, Ephrata will be at Quincy, Cascade at Bridgeport, Brewster at Manson, Okanagan at Liberty Bell. And if you got nothing else going on this weekend, and there's plenty to do, another big weekend of racing in Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval. What's on the docket? The most important thing, the Treetop 150, the Leonard Evans Memorial. Garrett Evans is coming out of retirement to take on a 13-year-old kid. This will be pretty good. Also, the Northwest Focus Midgets, the Angels, Bell Bonds, and Legends, and the Knutson General Contracting Bandoleros on Saturday. Gates open at 4, time trials at 5, racing at 6. Get your tickets in advance. Saves you a lot of time in line. Go to their website, wvso.com, and those are just some of the games that people are playing. First of all, happy Arbor Day today. It's National Pigs in a Blanket Day today. It's also a National Hairball Awareness Day. We're not doing that. Today is Scream Day, and screaming, yep, there, you hear that? That's Malcolm. He has every right to scream. They say letting go of one big primal scream a day is good for you. You know, it releases tension in the muscles. It can release endorphins. I mean, primal scream therapy comes and goes as a fad. Apparently it's coming back. Just a friendly reminder, if you're going to do a scream on purpose, again, to relieve the built-up tension and stress in your life, you might tell other people or go off on your own in a private room. Probably don't go outside. Most heavy metal and punk singers, lead singers in bands, they scream to get their vocal cords ready before they perform. I can't remember the last time I screamed. I think it was when they took my appendix out and forgot to give me anesthesia. It's 23 minutes after the hour today in history. Happy 226th birthday to the Library of Congress. So on this day in 1800 that Congress appropriated $5,000 for a library, and John Adams signed it, said, all right, $5,000 to purchase, quote, such books as may be necessary for the use of Congress, end quote. Of course, it burned, and they rebuilt it. Then it burned again, and now the Library of Congress is that big building and 2 others. They have about 40 million books, 3.6 million recordings, 15 million photographs, 6 million maps, 9 million pieces of sheet music, 70 million manuscripts, all told 164 million total items in the Library of Congress. And even though it is a library and it's open to everybody, it's open to the public, you can come and go and check it out, only members of Congress and high-ranking officials and high-ranking employees of the library can actually check out material. I mean, they have books in there that are 700 years old. No, they're not going to let you take it out. And 50 years ago today, April 24th, 1976 was a Saturday. Saturday Night Live, the hottest show on TV. The host was Raquel Welch. The musical guests were Phoebe Snow and John Sebastian. And on this date, 50 years ago today, John Lennon And Yoko Ono had Paul and Linda McCartney spend the night at their New York apartment at the Dakota in Midtown Manhattan, and all four of them watched the hottest show on TV, Saturday Night Live. Lorne Michaels didn't actually know that John and Paul were hanging around together. It offered fictitiously or for real $3,000 for the Beatles to come on Saturday Night Live and play 3 songs. 3 songs, $3,000. John and Paul actually considered doing it, but in the end they decided they were just too tired, and they didn't go down and take Lorne Michaels up on his offer. The next day, Paul and Linda left, and it was the last time Paul and John saw each other. That was the next day. And birthdays. Babs, 84th to Barbra Streisand. Happy 84th. Like her or don't like her, and I think she's a remarkable singer. She has this going for Barbra Streisand: 2 Academy Awards, 10 Grammy Awards, 5 Emmy Awards, a Tony Award, an American Film Institute Award. She is a Kennedy Center honoree. She's won 4 Peabody Awards. She's won the Presidential Medal of Freedom, 9 Golden Globe Awards, and Barbra Streisand is the only recording artist to have a #1 album in each of the last 6 decades. That's called staying power. 53 of her albums have achieved gold record status. And Kelly Clarkson, who came out of nowhere to win the very first American Idol competition all those years ago. It was 24 years ago when she won the first season of American Idol, and now she does all kinds of things. Kelly Clarkson is 44 years old today. I remember when American Idol was big. I remember when I was big. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsor. Going to take a break. Got an opinion from Mike Mad Dominati, and then a very important update from my friend Mike Malmin, Chief Hope Officer of Serve Wenatchee Valley. They have a busy, busy May coming up, and April too, for that matter. Mike and I will visit when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the Stupid Life channel.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
this is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, my grandson Alan asked me recently, he asked me this question. He said, how do you define success? Well, I told him that I wanted to be a good husband and father and grandfather. I said I wanted my friends to consider me a worthwhile and dependable buddy. And I wanted at least one person in my life to say I helped them to be a better person. Now, Alan said, well, that was interesting. He said, it was interesting that I hadn't mentioned anything material like a big house or a fancy car. And I said that those things were okay, there's nothing wrong with them, but the relationships that we have in our life, that's what makes life meaningful and brings fulfillment. Now, what I didn't tell Alan is that I'm going to depend on his financial acumen to support me in my dotage. Well, that bit of info can wait. This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Community is more than just a place. It's the people, stories, and connections we share. At the Wenatchee World, we're your neighbors, your storytellers, and your trusted voice. From uncovering the issues that matter most to celebrating the moments that bring us together. We deliver the stories that keep the community moving forward. The Wenatchee World, your community voice, here every day.
Welcome back to the program. More often than not, we need to have this gentleman in because, first of all, he's a lot of fun to hang around with, Pastor Mike Malmin from Serve Wenatchee Valley. Number two, he does extraordinarily important work around here. And number three, I get 200 emails a day, Mike, but yours I read. So
yeah,
congratulations.
Well, I appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
Thanks for not ignoring me.
You popped up on my, first of all, happy Apple Blossom to you. You popped up on my radar a couple days ago, sent you a text, said, let's get together. We got Hope Floats. We got Hope Floats, which is your annual update. And you got the big auction coming up, and you got the Stamp Out Hunger food drive. Between now and Memorial Day, you're going to be one busy guy.
Yeah.
You got it all organized, spreadsheets, everything? How do you do it?
There are things that there's some loose ends that still need to be tied up, but we'll get there. And just a lot of activity right now, and a year that was sort of changed dramatically by a flood that shut us down.
Yeah. And that reminds me, how many emergencies, just unexpected circumstances pop up in your world, in your organization's world, on like a daily basis? The unexpected, almost every day?
Probably not daily. I think the thing for us is we have to realize that our clientele, the people that walk through our doors, are by definition in crisis. They're struggling with something. So dealing with people that are going through a hard time requires a special attitude, a special approach, a special kindness as we deal with these folks, an understanding of what will help and what won't help, because sometimes doing what they're asking for isn't the most helpful thing, but doing something that we think will help them and benefit them in the long run is, and that requires some discernment.
How do you handle the first timers, the people who have never needed Serve Wenatchee Valley. They may have even helped you guys along the way, and then some sort of domino effect has put them in the position where for the first time in their adult lives they actually need your help.
Yeah.
How do you handle that situation?
We're a little different. You know, we're a homelessness prevention organization, and so when people are in need, they come to us. We get walk-ins, we get people call, and on your first time in, you meet with one of our intake specialists, and we have intake specialists who speak English and Spanish. They come in and they meet, and our intake specialists are trying to holistically determine what the real need is of the folks that come in. We serve people that are at or below 80% of area median income. But most of our clients probably fall in that 50% range, and so a family of four may be making $40,000 a year. It's not enough to live on. So we sit down, we evaluate the need, and then we allow them to utilize services that can meet the needs in their life. And for most folks, it's food. They can use our Fresh Hope Market food bank. For a lot of folks, it's rental assistance. For some of our newer folks, it's our new rental deposit assistance program to move them from transitional housing into more permanent housing. We have furniture that we can give folks. If they've been able to locate housing, we can help them furnish it with the essentials they need to get in. But if you've never been to us before, you walk in, you're treated kindly. Dignity is one of our core values, and so you're treated very well. We ask, are there other ways we can help? If we can't help you, we know who can, and we can send you that way.
Yeah, it's a sizable network of not only your organization, but Alan Walker's organization and any number of organizations, and you all know each other pretty darn well.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
First things first, Hope Floats coming up on Tuesday, the 29th of this month at Columbia Grove Covenant Church. This is one Pastor Andrew and his gang have been with you guys.
Yeah,
forever. They're just wonderful people.
Yeah, fantastic. He's on our board. They've been very involved. They host our Close for the Classroom event. So it's been a really good partnership with us. Our meeting is actually next Wednesday at noon. It's a lunch meeting at the church. We're calling it Hope Floats. It's a free meeting. We're going to get, we're doing barbecue burgers, pretty simple. But you also get a Hope Floats root beer float.
Okay.
While you're there, you're going to hear a report from the last year. You're going to hear some stories told about how people benefited from the work of Serve Wenatchee Valley. And you're going to get a real snapshot of where we're going. I think the most essential thing about that meeting next week is we're going to be announcing our plans for the future. As you know, October 7th, we had a major flood. We've been in a wonderful temporary location in East Wenatchee that has presented some challenges to much of our clientele that struggles to maybe get to us now. A lot of our folks walk.
And they can't go over the pedestrian pipeline bridge right now because of the construction.
Correct. So we're going to have a meeting next week at our annual meeting. The big news is going to be where we're going. We're about ready to announce that. We are looking at a larger space. We're looking at potential for expanding services. This is something that we realized. One of the things that might surprise people, that even though we were closed for 3 weeks because of a flood before we relocated last year, we actually had our largest food distribution year ever, even being closed for 3 weeks.
Well, I think once the word got out about what happened back on October 7th, people said, they help us out, let's give Mike and his crew a hand, and people really rallied around that.
They did, and so we distributed the most food we've ever distributed to people who are struggling. Our rental deposit assistance program, which is brand new for families that can afford rent but not the upfront costs. We helped 20 families last year. That was 28 adults, 38 children in permanent safe housing because of that program. So we have a lot to report next week. Today, Friday, is the sign-up deadline for this. Go to servewenatchee.org, sign up for Hope Floats, free meal, hear what we're doing and ways you can get involved. But we're pretty excited. Things are falling into place for a new location, and we'll break all of that next Wednesday.
Helping out the TSA folks who had to work but weren't getting paid by getting those gift cards to those folks. That was a great idea. I'm assuming it wasn't yours, but
it was not my idea. We had a gentleman named John Alexander, who's donated to our auction, who's a friend of Serve Wenatchee. He walks into my office on a Monday morning and goes, what are you guys doing? You guys thought of doing anything for the TSA agents? And I think, well, that's a fantastic idea. There was a program that Detroit International was doing. We just duplicated it on a much smaller scale here in Wenatchee. We collected several $1,000s in gift cards. We also let folks up there, if they wanted to, use our market. And it turned out to be a real blessing. And I think that it kind of showed the heart of Serve Wenatchee. We're a Christian organization, but we want to help anyone. who's in need. And those people up there perform such a valuable service, to our community, and Pangborn's such a vital resource that helping them get by during that period was big.
I learned something I'm not going to mention the name of the grocery store. I told Safeway I wouldn't mention their name. But this happened a number of months ago. The lady, the checkout line in front of me, was buying a whole bunch of food in bulk for you folks.
Yeah.
And I asked her about it, and she said if you buy X amount of food in bulk at Safeway, you get a big discount, which I did not know.
Yeah.
And I bring that up because Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive turns right around on Saturday, May 9th. Saturday, May 9th is going to be a busy day. There's going to be tons going on. But the 9th, people want to circle for the Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive. This is you get time to fill out the pantry.
Yeah, and this is two layers here for us. One, if you're watching right now and you have a mailbox, which most folks do, you're going to see a yellow bag hanging on it in the coming weeks. And you're also going to get a flyer in the mail. We're just encouraging folks to fill that up with non-perishable items. On Saturday, May 9th, your letter carrier will pick all of that up. That food goes to us. It goes to Community Action here in town. And it's a huge thing for us. It can be a couple months worth of food for us. I think last year we collected about 17,000 plus pounds at that event. That's a whole bunch of food. And here's the challenge for us and for viewers listening this morning. If they like to just do physical activity, they're the kind of folks that like to work behind the scenes. We need a bunch of volunteers on May 9th. To collect food, to chase letter carriers and get food out of their trucks and get it to our warehouse. We need people to sort the food. We sort the food that day into food type. We also have to throw out some of the food that is well beyond its useful date that winds up, but it's not a huge amount. But we need dozens of volunteers on May 9th. If you're available on May 9th, you're looking to bless the community, I just encourage you to go servewenatchee.org. Click on Stamp Out Hunger and you can sign up.
And the only skill set you need is time.
Correct. And the ability to lift a can and some boxes.
Okay, I think I can do that.
Well, there you go. Sign up, Dan.
I think I can do that. And then finally, the auction, the big thing. I suppose the first thing, an auction means you're bidding on stuff to take home.
Yeah.
Do you need stuff to bid on to take home?
We do. And we're just, for your viewers today, if you're listening, we could use auction donations. We have a form you can fill out on our website. Be creative. We're looking for new items. But some of the things that go, or gift baskets, but some of the things that go best are events and activities. Yes. So if you have sporting event tickets, if you have Mariner tickets, or you're willing to give up a weekend of your Seahawks season tickets, if you've got theater tickets in Seattle, if you have a vacation home you're willing to let somebody use a weekend, this translates to thousands of dollars for us. And I will tell you this year, as we make changes, as we plan to relocate, our insurance money from the flood basically got us up and running. We got about $80,000 in insurance money, replaced a lot of our technology, refrigeration, got us up and running. The food we lost. But we're going to have to raise some money to get back into our new location because we're going to be moving some walls and doing some remodeling at the site. And so this auction's a big deal for us because this money goes directly towards meeting needs of working poor people in the Wenatchee Valley. These are people that are vital to our economy. So help these folks out. And so if you've got a donation item you want to make, please hop onto our website, servewenatchee.org. You can also buy tickets, $40 per person. You can buy a table of 8 for $300 or a table of 10 for $350. By auction standards, that's very affordable.
That's cheap. That's a good deal.
Last year was our first time trying this. It was a whole bunch of fun. Just a good night. We have a dessert dash and other things.
So $40 a ticket on May 29th buys you what? Give me.
You get a meal, you get dessert, you get some fun live auction, silent auction, dessert dash, other things going on throughout the evening. You get to hear a little snippet of what's going on at Serve Wenatchee. It's going to be a good time.
What is it going to be, by the way, on the 29th?
It's going to be at Saddle Rock Evangelical Presbyterian Church.
Because you need room, and they got room.
Yeah, so it's going to be up there.
They got room. So the Hope Floats, which is the here's how we're doing, his annual report. Mike, of course, is responsible to a board of directors who also volunteers. Yeah. In fact, the board of directors not only volunteer their time, Mike, they donate. Yeah. That's part of being on the board. Yeah. It's not like not only do you not get paid, you have to pay to be on the board.
It's a working board,
which I think is fantastic. Yeah. Has there been any? As I think all of my viewers know, that Serve Wenatchee Valley gets zero government dough, nothing, not a dime, nothing. Has there been any discussion at all about changing that up a little bit? And the reason I bring that by not taking any governmental money, there are strings attached when you do. Alan will tell you that. The organization decided when Serve Wenatchee Valley was founded all this many years ago to not be on the government dole for any number of reasons. But when times get really tight, have you thought about that? Has it just never been really considered?
You know, honestly, at this point, we haven't. I know we did take some resource during the pandemic when we were partnering at the food bank down at Town Toyota Center, but really haven't. We rely on the generosity of primarily local individual donors, but also corporate business donors and a growing list of churches that have really stepped up to the plate in the last couple of years. And our plan is to stay that way. One of the things that not taking government money does allow is it allows you to be nimble. There are other people that do rental deposit assistance, there's government programs, but it is so there's so many strings attached to it, so many reporting requirements, and so many delays and deadlines that it can be a real challenge for people to adequately even tap the resource.
And you can't count on the money. You can go through all the paperwork and get green lit, and then 2 weeks later you get an email and say, well, sorry.
So our programs are nimble. We do vet everybody that comes through our door, but we don't have to wait 3 weeks for an answer from Olympia or from Washington, D.C.
That may get rescinded a week later.
And we can make the decisions in-house.
Who's manning the barbecue on Tuesday the 29th?
Well, actually, the church is providing, one of the guys on staff at the church is going to do it. We're going to get him a little bit of help. I tend to be very busy that day, probably too busy to man the barbecue. And so, but the church has stepped up and is going to provide somebody to grill the burgers for us.
Last thing to mention before I cut Mike Malmin loose, he's a busy guy, and we've talked about this every time. Go to the website, sign up for the regular donation. It's completely secure. You don't have to worry about anything like that. And once a month, they just whoop. 30, 40, whatever amount you want, comes out and goes directly into Mike's account. You get a little statement, and you're good to go. It's to me the best way to do it.
And I would point out it doesn't go into my account.
No.
It goes into the account of Serve Wenatchee.
But it's a great thing. It's a truly great way to do your donation.
Think about it. If I sit down at coffee shops in this town a lot, and it's not unusual for me to drop $50 a week on coffee. $50 a week, $25 a month. It can be, you really can be unaware of it, but really it's those small, consistent, $25 to $100 a month donors. And you're donating $100 a month on an auto draw. It's $1,200 a year. That's significant. That's a lot of groceries.
You can get a lot of stuff done with that. Because of the relationships and the connections that you have with the people that you're like the conduit. And who's kidding who you're hard to say no to, too.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it.
The Hope Floats, which is the annual report, again at Columbia Grove Covenant Church in East Wenatchee on Tuesday the 29th. The Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive is Saturday, May 9th. Warm bodies, warm bodies, warm bodies, warm bodies. And then the big one, the Fishes and Loaves. I love the theme, Fishes and Loaves.
And this year we've kind of got we're calling it a flood of blessings. That's our thing we did there.
Play on words. And Mike knows the new location. I know the new location. Ain't gonna tell you until they get moved in, and we'll visit with Mike again. Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon.
Mike Malmin, Pastor Mike Malmin, Executive Chief Hope Officer of Serve Wenatchee Valley. Keep in touch. You know where to find me.
I do, Dan. Thank you.
Thank you. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back. We weren't taping.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager, and today I want to introduce you to Loki. Loki is our 5.5-year-old, we think husky mix. He's certainly got the cute tail. He's our big boy. He's goofy. We've had him for about 8 months now, which is crazy to me because he is one of our easiest, sweetest dogs who is just so genuinely goofy and playful and lovable. And I can't believe we still have him. especially since we had such a successful Clear the Shelter event this last weekend, which was amazing. It meant so much to all of our staff seeing the dogs and the cats that we love go home to their forever families. I think our final numbers were 68 cats adopted and 23 dogs. And it really filled our cup. We're going to be remembering that for the whole next year. It was so amazing. Thank you all. But we still have Loki. Yes, we do. So we'd love you to come meet him. Loki is fantastic at tricks. He knows so many. He's so good at sit. He's really good at lay down. He's good at stay even. He can do spin and shake paw. He's so smart. He's so smart and beautiful. Yeah. And he's extremely treat motivated. I didn't even have any good stuff on me today, and he was still doing what I was asking. So I really think that he could learn even more things. Loki's a really big boy. He's about 80 pounds, yes, but he loves going on walks, and I think he'd be a great hiking companion too. He's really active, and he likes to do things with his people. Yes, he does. And I think a nice big yard would be great, but not necessary if you, especially if you love taking your dog on walks. That would be fantastic. We don't know how he is with cats. He does have some best friend dogs here, but as always, we suggest that if you do have a dog, you bring them with you so that the dogs can meet, see if they'll get along right. So if you'd like to come meet our Loki, we are open 12:30 to 6, Thursday through Tuesday, and we would love to introduce you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Loki's a really big, oh God. I took a tongue to the face there. Yeah, it was soft, but I still not great.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life Channel.
Whether you're a new homeowner or looking to update, Save Mart in Wenatchee has everything you need. From top-of-the-line appliances to comfy mattresses and stunning furniture that fits your style, they have it all under one roof. With great deals and expert customer service, you'll find the perfect pieces for your space and your budget. Save Mart, your local destination for quality appliances, mattresses, and furniture at prices you'll love.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. with professional-grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
High school sports is back. Join us all spring for live coverage of Wenatchee and Eastmont soccer, baseball, and softball. Brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Coverage also sponsored by Global Car Care, the Hot Ender Golf and Grill, Apple Valley Honda, Sangster Motors, Valley Tractor, Save Mart, Caldwell Banker, Biosports Physical Therapy, and Dick's Heating and Air. Your home for high school sports, as always, is the NCW Life Channel.
I'm often told by people who watch this show on a regular basis that their favorite part of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley is when we do all those cameras around the valley in north central Washington, which is right at the beginning of the show. Maybe I should do it later. Well, we have the time, so we're going to do it again. We mixed up the cameras a little bit from what we showed you at the start of the show, with one exception, and that is that camera. That is our 4K Wenatchee Heights camera. That is an invaluable news gathering tool. When something out there develops and we hear about it, we hop on that baby and we can pan it, we can tilt it, we can zoom it. That's the acronym P and T and Z, and that is, well, we're Zing as we speak, right over the mighty Columbia River as we begin day 2 of the 107th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Billy Goat says hello. Gorgeous day up in Pateros and Bridgeport and Brewster. Way off in that little protuberance that you see in the upper left-hand corner. I can't remember the name of that mountain, but it is in Canada. That's how high up that camera is. It's over 7,000 feet in elevation. That is up there. Camera number 3 at Mac's behest, Nanapoc Ridge. The snow continues to recede just a little bit on the north face of Dirty Face Mountain and up in the White River Valley and the Little Wenatchee Valley, and a little bit at the Nason Creek area as well. But that's about it. Snow's all but gone. The ice is gone. And here come the mosquitoes, a prevalent problem up there. Ooh. He took the Stein Hill camera and said, let's check out Kashmir. Good morning, Kashmir. There's the golf course. Once it warms up, it's going to be a beautiful day to go out and get 9 in. And Kashmir, the golf course there, the Mount Kashmir golf course, very easy to walk. Good exercise, too. For the 9 holes, there's the Chelan County Fairgrounds, and way off into the distance, the Wenatchee Valley, which for the next 10 more days will be really, really busy indeed. Everybody wants to know what the weather is going to be like, and we will do that in 1 minute. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Got to do my live read here for Pool to Spa Services, and it goes there's the logo. Thank you very much, Malcolm. It goes something like this: upgrade relaxation with a Bullfrog Spa featuring the exclusive Jetpack therapy system for personalized comfort in every seat, because everybody's seat is different. Visit Pool to Spa Services in Wenatchee and design a spa that's built for you. Wouldn't you agree with me, Curly? Well, there you go. All right, from the Magic 8 Ball, here is your, well, here we go. We do this on Friday. Magic 8 Ball. How will the weather be this weekend in the Wenatchee Valley? And the Magic 8 Ball says the weather will be, yes, we will have weather. Sunshine, lots of it today, a little on the cool side, high of 59, our normal high is 64. We do have some cold and, by the way, very dry air that has seeped down from Canada. It's going to hang around for most of the weekend. 37 for the Wenatchee Valley for the overnight low. Other locations that are prone to cooler than normal temperatures, and you know who you are, you could get down to the freezing mark, even a little bit below the freezing mark. It's a possibility. Then we'll get up to about 61 for the Technoplex Youth Parade at 11 o'clock. The temperature will be right around 48 or 49 when the parade starts. It will eventually warm up to 61, 41 for the overnight low on Saturday, and then 63 in sunshine on Sunday. We'll be broadcasting the Technoplex Youth Parade tomorrow. If you can make it, drop by and say hi. Take care. Bye-bye.